Welcome to the first game of 23. How many first-time players do we have here at Sherwood? Hell yeah, that's what I want to see.
All right, so we're
Welcome
at the...
to Sherwood. Have all you guys walked the field? Oh, well, you'll be surprised when you get out there. To the regular players, welcome back. All you veteran players out here. We appreciate you guys coming out. We appreciate the new players. Without you, we can't keep doing this stuff. And as long as you keep supporting us and bringing new players out here, I will keep building new stuff for you guys to have fun on out there. As all the veteran players can tell you out here, the new players, every game there's at least something or one or two things new on the field. This year, there's quite a few things new on the field. Check out the North Tape line, the hyperball field, we're getting that in. We got pipe out there. It's fairly dry. It dried out after last week, so there's not too many slick spots. There is water in the pond. Do not go swimming. The stairways are dry, but still you go up and down the first and second floors, the third floors, cautiously. Don't jump off a second floor building. All right, let's go through everything quick here, then I'll turn it over to Chad. I want to welcome all the vendors here. If you guys need anything, head up to PB Sports. Jay will take care of you. He's taken care of us for, almost 30 years out here.
I was trying to have a conversation.
If he ain't got it, you don't need it.
But it was.
Also, we got X-Fog, we got...
I don't want other people to hear it.
Gotcha, okay.
What's that? Busted Baller, yeah, sorry about that. Food vendors, we got Yummy ice cream over there. They got a little bit of everything. And then we also have Wilson Slam Dunk Barbecue over there. Check them out. Great food for when you guys get hungry. Oh yeah, I forgot about Ballmark. Welcome to Ballmark. Get your shit and get the fuck out. Hey, this is a PC free zone. You know that. All right. For all you new players, the insertion trails, north and south, are netted all the way down. However, you're going to see signs about a quarter of the way down that says goggles on past this point. Make sure you have your goggles on. That netting is not there for eye protection. That netting is there for when you're walking down the insertion trail. You do not get shot at or lit up. So make sure you have your goggles on all the way down to the insertion point. There are 2 dead boxes at each insertion point. There, on the north one, it's a netted off pavilion. On the south one, it's just a netted off area. Go into those, you can take your goggles off. Do not take your goggles off until you get into the dead box or past the sign coming up the insertion trails. Also in the camping area or as you're walking down the south insertion, do not shoot at the toll road, the cars on the toll road. We've been open 33 years out here and we have not had an incident yet. If we do catch anyone, you will be kicked out of the game immediately and the state police will be notified. So please do not do that. Also, how clean was the area, camping area, staging area, field when you guys got here? Please help us keep it that way. We have garbage bags up here. Come up and grab a garbage bag, police your own area. When your garbage bags get full, take it over to the giant blue dumpster by the cell tower over there, throw it in there. By you guys cleaning up after yourselves, that saves us time of cleaning up and I can get back on the field building more new stuff for you guys to have fun in next game. Touched on the pond a little bit. There is water in the pond. There's the mountain of dirt on the north side of the pond. Use that at your own discretion and caution. It is slick, still going up and down, loose stones and that, so go up and down that carefully. Registration. How fast did you guys get through the line? Even last night at the beginning, when it was only Kathy in there, she busted her ass and got you through. Then our friends Marla and Merwin showed up, helped out, and then today Allie showed up and we got you guys through. What other event do you get through the line that fast? Big round of applause for the girls in Merwin. Also, let me know at the end of the event if anyone got under 4,500 PSI. We pride ourselves on that. We are not like other fields. We guarantee you guys will get 4,500 fills here. We built the whole new air station last year with, I think, 11 fill stations on it, 3,000s and 8 4,500s. So there should not be any line there, and you should not get under 4,500. Watch it break down now, and you guys are going to call me a liar. But that's the goal. Thank you to Vulcan Paint for the paint. It's been shooting great so far. I tested it out. Shoots great. Let us know what you think of it after the event. Big round of applause, and hopefully they don't let us down for the reffing staff out here. They're going to be out there to make sure you guys are safe and the game runs smooth. So a big round of applause for the refs in advance. Give them some encouragement to do a great job out there this weekend and keep you guys all safe. For you veteran players, because I haven't done this in a couple years, I'm going to go through my speech. Yeah, everybody rips on me about it. We've been open for 33 years out here. This is our 33rd year out here being open. I've been playing paintball for 41 years now, since the sport basically started. I've traveled all over North America, some South America when I was on the tournament circuit, and there's a lot of cool fields out there, some great fields. But there was never a field that I wanted. I always thought that it could be more. There could be more done. That is why I opened up Sherwood Forest 33 years ago. And I built a field that I wanted to play on. And like I tell everybody out here, as long as you guys keep supporting us, it'll never be done. There will be constant improvements out there, constant new stuff. If you guys love it, come up, let me know what you loved about it. Come up and let me know what you didn't like about it so I can change it. I want constructive criticism so I can cater to you guys, so you guys have the best experience out here and the most fun, and you guys keep coming back and telling all your friends about us. So thank you for coming out and supporting us. Also, big thank you to Chad and Red Feather Paintball. We've been friends for quite a few years, or acquaintances or whatever. We gave them a shot last year with a one-day game. Fucking phenomenal. Even in the shitty weather we had here. All day long. Cold rain. And we still had a great game. He did an amazing job. So we had him. We asked him if he wanted to step up this year and do a two-day game and do the Sherwood Classic for us. We've always done for the last 23 years. The first weekend in May was always the Sherwood Classic. We had him step up, and I think he's going to impress you guys with this game. He does phenomenal shit as far as role-playing. The props are unbelievable. You guys are going to have fun out there. Shit, last night we were down at the castle during the commander's meeting, and all of a sudden we seen a mad rush of flashlights running down the trail towards the castle. We're like, what the hell's going on? Chad threw props out there, and the players that were here last night got to play basically barrel tag for the coins and props out there. And there was some sneaky little red-headed, soulless bastard out there in black that figured out as long as you ain't got to find the stuff, you just got to backstab the people and steal their shit. Let them find all the stuff and do all the work. That's your Prince John over there. That's what the tyranny in England is all about. Prince John, not the real king. Yeah, and henceforth from this day, all privies shall be known as Johns. All right, thank you again for coming out. Like I said, come up. Any constructive criticism, give me good, bad, indifferent, whatever. Let us know so we can improve it. I'm going to turn it over to Chad. We can get you guys out there playing. Have fun and thank you.
Good morning. Are you guys ready for some paintball today? I still can't hear you guys. Are you ready for some paintball today? Just like Joe said, we got a lot of surprises for you guys planned. Last year we ran this game, we took a big gamble doing Robin Hood over at Sherwood Forest. It was a make or break a game, and I think it turned out really good. We definitely improvised a couple things, fixed a couple things, added a whole lot of new elements to this game from last year. So if you played last year's, it's going to be a little bit different, okay? really emphasizing on the role players for each team. So while I'm going through this little speech in the morning, role players and commanders, please start heading up to the stage. Third faction, start heading up to the stage, please. So during the game, each team is going to have 5 role players. Those role players are responsible for getting the role play missions and the escort missions done, okay? If you are not a role player, your job is to make sure these characters get to where they're going and get their job done. If you see the enemy role players, stop what you're doing and go kill them. Real quick, fellas, blue role players right over here on this side, please. Red role players on that side. Let me get their faction in the middle. So, before we get into the rules, we're going to hand off the mic to the commanders and our fearless Robin Hood and have them say a few kind words. So, Red Team Commander, Joshua Goya. Woo!
Hey, speaking in English accent, Robin.
All right, guys, so Red Team, your commander, Joshua Goya, playing the Sheriff of Rottingham.
How's everybody doing this morning? We ain't getting no rain, so let's keep hoping up for that. And it looks like a good turnout, so let's just have some fun out there. And Red Team, make sure you get those taxes, all right?
So real quick, introduction to the role players. Dirty Ezio, raise your hand, please. All right, Dirty Ezio for the Red Team. Filthy Luca for the Red Team, right over here. Prince John, right up front, and then Don Giovanni. Red Team, if you see those players roaming around and they're trying to get something done, you guys want to help them. Blue Team, if you guys see those guys, you really want to stop what you're doing and work with them. All right, Blue Commander, come on down. King and Come
Hey. Super happy to be here with you guys. Coming up from Texas. Talk into it! Put it on your chest! Say what you said. Please don't yell at me. Yeah, I'm real happy to be here. I feel super welcome coming up from Texas. I really appreciate everybody that's out here playing for me, playing against me. We're gonna have a great time. That's all I got.
All right, so role players for Blue Team. We got Will Scarlet up front here. We got Blinken, the Bard. Little John, the strongman. And then Friar Tuck, the drunken friar. All right, so lastly, but most importantly, this story is not about Robin Hood. This story is about Prince John of Maiden Marion fighting over the future of the people of England. However, Robin Hood has returned from his absence from the last event. But Robin Hood has changed. He's not the same Robin Hood. He's not a good guy, he's not a bad guy. As you guys complete your roleplay missions, you're going to have choices. Depending on what choices you make during your missions, Robin Hood is going to treat your team way differently. So keep that in mind when you're doing those missions. Also on top of that, third faction, go ahead and raise your hand, fellas. Capital Offense will be our third faction for the weekend. They will be starting in the back corner at Loxley Hall. That'll be their respawn. They are here to interact with you players. They're going to have cool stuff that you guys want to trade for them. You're going to need them to get some missions done. And they're also very knowledgeable, and they definitely will know some of the rules if you guys have some questions, okay? So keep in mind, you might want to kill them, you might not want to kill them, but ultimately, you're definitely going to want to interact with them throughout the weekend. So Frank, speech time.
It's been 5 long years. I have returned. I want gold. That's all I want.
All right, so what the intro...
That's not the real Robin Hood. That is not the real Robin Hood.
Oh, that's little John saying that. That might be something actually true, huh?
There is no Robin Hood.
I guess we'll figure that out once the game starts, huh?
Where is your card? Real binary man, please come up. I'm the Robin
We
Hood.
need to just shoot him with the arrow right now, man.
I am the Robin Hood.
All right, so we're going to go into the rules. Role players and commanders, thank you so much, fellas. I'll see you out there on the field. So we're going to go right into the rules, and we're going to get you guys out there. So the schedule, day one. We're going to start at 10:30 for the first section. It's going to be a 3-hour section. We're playing all the way up until 1:30. From 1:30 to 2:30, we're going to take a lunch break. 2:30 to 5:30, we're going to have another 3-hour section. Then we're going to do a dinner break from 5:30 to 6:30, and then we're going to get into night play. During the dinner break, we are going to have a briefing for night play. So if you want to play night play, 20 minutes before we start, so we're looking at about 5 o'clock, 5:10.
Hey, welcome to the stream. We are doing the orientation for
I will say
Robin
there's
Hood
going to be a
Audio
lot of cool
Rebellion.
specialized props for night play. And if your team is behind on points, it's pure point gain for night play. So you guys really want to participate. Day two, we are looking at game on at 10:30, 3-hour section. We're playing to 1:30. We're going to have an hour reload. We're going to have a briefing for the final battle. And then we're going to have a half-hour final battle. Right after the final battle, once you players are done, head back to the stage. We're going to get the word ceremony out the way so everyone can start their travels home. So, game summary. Day one will consist of sections 1 and 2 and then night play. Day 2 will consist of sections 4 and final battle. During the game, all the teams are fighting over the gold as the currency. Now we have about 200 metal gold coins out there on the field for you players to find. Those will be the grab props for the day. Any of the gold coins, the role players may spend or trade with the third faction. If you want to bring the coins back to your base, they can be scored at the end of every section for points as well. As you guys are spending the coins and you're trading them away and the role players are using them to use their skills, we're going to re-hide the coins. So more you use the coins, the more they're going to recirculate. During sections 1, 2, and 4, there will be escort missions every hour for both teams to complete. So, red team, your job is to bring your metal cart through the escort route, and on the metal cart, you're going to have your bags of gold. Those bags of gold are really heavy, all right? So you're going to have 3 of them on the cart. You're going to have a designated route that both teams know at the start of the game. You want to take the cart all the way through the route with your 3 bags of gold, and once you get to the final destination, you will get points for that gold. Blue team, you want to ambush their cart. You want to take these gold bags and bring them back to your HQ for points. Blue team, you will be escorting these wine barrels in the same cart, okay? Same time that the escort's going out. You will also have 3 barrels. You want to get them to your final destination by taking the escort route. Red team, you obviously want to steal the barrels and bring them back to your HQ. Slapsticks. So this is going to be different from any other game that we've ever did, okay? Slapsticks are way different. They are troop training slapsticks. So what that means, we're going to have 7 slapsticks on the field. Each of those slapsticks are going to be a catapult, a medic, a field surgeon, or an archery target. Depending on what slapstick you hold, your team is going to get a law rocket card, a sniper card, or a medic card. So it's going to be really important for you guys to hold certain slapsticks throughout the day so you guys can keep getting those MOS cards. In addition to that, you're not going to get points for slapsticks. You actually are going to have to pay taxes on how many slapsticks you own. So if you own 1 to 2 slapsticks, there are no taxes. If you own 3 slapsticks, every half hour you pay 100 gold. 4 slapsticks, 200 gold. 5 slapsticks, 600 gold. 7 slapsticks, 800 gold every half hour. So keep that in mind. You definitely don't want your team to own all of the slapsticks at once. During all of this with the slapsticks, the third faction is also looking for those slapsticks. So any slapstick that is posted neutral will be posted up for the third faction. The third faction can do everything red and blue team can do. They can use law rocket cards, sniper cards, medic cards. They can turn in points for gold. And they can definitely go and assassinate commanders or mess with the red and blue team all they want. Night play. During night play, both teams will have a main objective. That'll be the safe houses. So on field, we're going to have 5 safe houses. They are going to have keys to unlock the safe houses. Once you have the key, you can unlock and lock the safe house once the key is in the building. Once that key leaves that building, if it's locked or unlocked, it has to stay that way until a key gets back there. Each of the safe houses will have a corresponding key shape. In each key shape, each house will have 2 keys for you teammates to get. Any team can get these keys. We're definitely going to have a more extensive rule briefing for the night play briefing about those once we get there. Additional time missions will be handed out to each commander every hour. During those night play sections, both teams will be fighting over gold once again. Now, during the night play sections, all the special powers, the law rockets, the sniper cards, the medic cards, the role player skills, all the special items, food taxes, they don't count. It's just paintball at night. That's all it is. During the final battle, Robin Hood and his merry men are going to protect the castle from red and blue team. There'll be 5/6 down the center 50 of the castle. You guys can't cross the 50 unless you go through the castle. If you guys can make it into the castle and out the other side, you can cross the 50. All right, so the basic stuff. Feet per second, all paintball guns, 280 feet per second, 10 balls per second, all firing modes. Night play section, everyone's gonna chrono down at 250 feet per second. All bounces count at night. Don't call for a paint check, we're gonna point and laugh at you, okay? All bounces count at night when you're playing night play. Also, first strikes will be allowed for this event, okay? Now with the first strikes, you cannot shoot anyone within 30 feet. So if you want to take over a building and you want to play close quarters, you're going to have surround ball with you if you're shooting first strikes. Now, once we transition to night play, there are absolutely no first strike rounds at night, period. Law rockets, 160 feet per second. If you have a law launcher, you need to check it in with me at the event tent. When you come over to check it in with me, bring the ammunition you're shooting out of the law rocket. You may only shoot Nerf rockets with the law rocket. In addition to this, Ball Mart. We'll be using his scenario slug. So one player on each team is going to be testing out a new law rocket to see how it works, all right, guys? So if you want to check that out, find the person on your team that's using it. They're made by Ball Mart. They're called scenario slugs. Hopefully they turn out good. They'll work just like any other law rocket will. So moving on to barrel tags and melee weapons. You may barrel tag players. Now, it has to be at least a 6-inch barrel. It may be on or off the gun. It doesn't matter, okay? If you get barrel tagged or you get tagged with a melee weapon, you must silently leave the field. You can't yell, "I'm out!" or "What are you doing? Why are you stabbing me?" If you get tagged with a melee weapon or a barrel, you are out. Silently leave the field. Now, it's not mandatory that you say barrel tag or your dead player, but you are definitely going to want that player, you want to let him know that you actually eliminated him. If you just stick him in the back and walk away, that guy's not going to know you stuck him, okay? Now, if you're using a melee weapon you brought from home, you need to also check that in with me at the event tent once the briefing's over. Now, the gold coins. If you get gold coins, when you are eliminated, you do not have to drop them, except if you're killed by a barrel tag or a melee weapon, all right? So if you guys run up and grab a bunch of gold coins in a bunker and someone shoots you, you can walk back to your HQ with those. That's fine. But if you get barrel tagged or melee killed, you must drop those gold coins where you were eliminated. In addition to this, a lot of the role players are going to have skills that are going to make you drop your coins when you're eliminated, okay? So keep that in mind. If a referee comes up and says you're out and you got to drop your coins, just listen to the referee. One of the role players probably used one of their skills on you. Moving on to team ribbon. So red and blue team, you must have team ribbon on the front and back of your mask at all times. All other players, and what I mean by that is third faction, role players, medics, and young guns. You guys are going to have armband tape, okay? So, the merry men, the third faction, they're going to have green armband tape. Any role players are going to have yellow armband tape. So role players are probably going to have red and blue and yellow. Medics are going to have white armband tape. And then any young guns are going to have orange armband tape. Any of that armband tape you can get over at the event tent. Now, with the young gun armband tape, there's not any young gun specific mechanics for this game this weekend. However, I want you guys to go out there and have fun and play as aggressive as you want. But if you guys are playing aggressive against our young guns, we're definitely going to ref punch your card. But if you guys are playing, it's like Dominion against Incatep, and you guys want to bunker each other, okay, you guys are adults. But if you guys bunker someone wearing orange armband tape, we're going to have problems. You're going to come talk to me, okay? So, escort missions. We're going to go back on that real quick. You guys must escort your escort wagon to the final destination. During the escort mission, both teams are going to have 4 shield bearers. You must pick who your shield bearers are at the HQ before you start your escort. During the escort, the shields may only be used around the escort wagon. So if you're carrying a shield, you have to be within 15 feet of that escort wagon at all times. Now, if you are carrying a shield and you get shot out, you need to walk all the way back to the HQ with your shield and leave it there during that escort mission. You cannot drop it for another player, and you cannot respawn and come back with a shield. However, if you are a shield bearer and you get shot out, you can leave your shield at the HQ and you yourself can go respawn and help out that escort. Keep in mind, any hits to the shield will not count, but if you shoot, snipe, or any other way eliminate the player carrying the shield, they are dead. All right, so role-play missions. During the role-play missions, you guys are going to get a role-play mission every hour. They're going to have a whole hour to complete those missions. These missions are going to be fairly long and complicated. They're going to be 2-part missions. You guys must complete both parts to get credit. You are not going to get partial credit for only completing one part. Tony, I'm looking at you, wherever you're at.
He can't read, it doesn't tell him.
No partial credit.
But what if, like, we get a good part of it, though?
No partial credit, period.
We get a loan for it. Like, we're real close.
So, during the roleplay missions, you guys are going to have the roleplay missions in the form of ancient scrolls that are going to be handed to commanders. Once you guys open the scrolls, it's going to say what role players you need for the mission, what props you need for the mission, and what you need to do to get those missions done. At the end of the missions, you guys are going to have choices to make, and depending on those choices, Robin Hood is going to either hate you or love you. Keep in mind, you role players, a lot of these missions are left pretty vague because I want you guys to kind of like improvise and have fun with your roles while you're doing these missions. So role players, be creative. If you can use the wording of the mission to get around some of the mission, I left it pretty vague for a reason, okay? Oh, we're almost to the end here.
You're doing a great job.
All right, so scoring, guys, gold coins. They're going to be worth 10 points each. There's 200 total on the field. They need to be in your team's donation box at your HQ at the end of each section. Now, if you get to the enemy team's HQ, you cannot take their whole donation box, but you can open it up and take all the coins in there, okay? That is the only reason why you would be interacting with the enemy team's starting point. There are no base drops for this event, but you can go there and steal all the props that aren't bolted down to something, all right? Except the donation box. Gold bags and wine barrels are worth 100 points apiece. Time missions, roleplay missions are worth 500 points apiece. Keep in mind, with all the taxes, last year's event, the first section, both teams went into the negative because you guys were getting taxed so hard. So you guys probably aren't going to get out of the negative from taxes till section 2, maybe even night play. All right, so long range archers or traditional sniper class. Okay, guys. So you must have a sniper card. Give referee's attention first. He will punch your card first, and then you must describe what the player looks like that's in line of sight. You can't just say the dude behind that building over there. You actually have to describe what he looks like. Law rocket cards. So for this game, the stealth catapult, you must have the law rocket card on you. You must have your law rocket checked in at the event tent. Get referee's attention first. He'll punch the card before you shoot, and then you may shoot a man-made structure. So no mounds, no trees, nothing like that, okay? When you hit that man-made structure, any player inside the immediate structure or 10 feet around the outside wall of that structure is eliminated. However, there are a lot of big structures out there on the field. So, the castle. There's a perimeter wall around the castle. You have to hit each face of the castle wall to eliminate that part of the wall. The keep in the castle has 3 floors. You must hit each individual floor to get that keep out. Same deal with any of the towers. A lot of the 2-story towers out there, you must hit each individual floor to get them out. Medics or field surgeons for this game, you'll have a medic card. If you are a player and you get shot from the neck down, you can stand where you got shot and yell for a medic. If you move more than 2 feet from the spot you got shot, you are eliminated. You cannot be medic. The medic has to make it to you, okay? Now you stay there and yell for a medic. The medic will get up to you. He's going to have to write down your player card number on his little medic card, and then he can wipe the hit off you. Keep in mind, he cannot heal headshots, sniper kills, law rocket kills, or any players killed with a role player superpower. Medics may not heal themselves either. Now, in the few situations where if you're yelling for a medic and you're in the middle of a bunch of crossfire, the referees may move you out of the middle of that crossfire just so you guys don't get chopped up a lot more, okay? Keep that in mind. But if a player is yelling for a medic, do not target them while they're yelling for a medic. However, if you can make it up to that player yelling for a medic and you can barrel tag him or melee tag him, that player's finished off. He's dead. He's got to go respawn, okay? And finally, the most important rule, guys, if we have an emergency situation and you hear the referee start yelling ceasefire, everybody must take a knee on the ground and put your gun down out of your hands, okay? If you guys have a remote line, set the gun in your lap as long as you're not holding the gun. But you guys must take a knee and put the gun out of your hands if we call a ceasefire, okay? We'll figure out what the situation is. We'll get the injured player out the field as fast as possible, and then we'll start you guys back up. No exceptions, though. There's always that one guy that's like, I don't want to put my gun down. I will send you home. If there's a ceasefire and you don't want to set your gun down, I will send you home. All right? If you guys have any questions, feel free to stop by the event tent or ask any of the referees. They'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. If they don't have the answer, they can always radio into me and they will be able to get you the answer, okay? All right, a couple more things real quick.
All right, a couple things I forgot to say. If you guys were walking the field, you notice there's torch cans out there. Please do not shoot the torch cans. That's for night play. Also, there is lights around the castle. Do not shoot at the lights. Those are not targets. That's for night play. There is an opening down on the south insertion, the main road going down in. I'll put rope line across, but that is not the insertion point. You have to go all the way to the end of the netting. Do not enter right down here at the bottom, just past the airball field. Do not enter the field that way. Also, there is a netted pavilion in the commons area that you cannot go in. You can play around it, but you cannot go in it. That is the emergency dead box and for the refs only. So you can play around it, you just cannot go in it. Any questions on that stuff? All right, I'll turn it back over to Chad.
All right, so I did forget a couple things. So, not just the role players get to have fun with superpowers, all right, guys? So we are going to have a lot of specialized props hidden out there on the field. Some of these props can be traded from the third faction, and some of these props can be traded from the enemy team, okay? Now, all these specialized props, they could be a number of things. They could be jewelry, they could be melee weapons, they could be pony kegs, they could be cloaks, all kinds of different stuff, okay? So if you guys find a weird prop on field, check it for a tag, okay? All the props that have superpowers are gonna have an engraved wooden tag zip tied to the prop. It'll tell you, firstly, if the prop is for a role player or if the prop is for any player. If the prop is for any player, you guys are more than welcome to use the superpower of that item, okay? When you guys want to use the superpower of the item, you get referee's attention first, show him the tag so he knows what you're doing, and then you guys can do the superpower. Just keep in mind, when you find something cool on the field, always check it for a wooden tag. If it has one of these tags, it has a superpower, and it's going to be super valuable to a lot of you players, all right? Now, anything that's kind of not out of the ordinary, so like all the basic paintball stuff, I assume most of you guys know, but anything like the role player superpowers, the special powers for the items, the missions, the escorts, they're all going to have paperwork with those players. Every role player is going to have a role player card, every special prop is going to have a tag, all the escorts are going to have a map, and all the missions are going to have a mission scroll. So if you guys are ever unsure what's going on and what's happening, you can always ask that player for that information so you know that he's just not telling you a lie. So I'll tell you right now, these role players are in character. And if they can lie to you and get you to do something they want you to do, that's part of their character. They're more than welcome to do that. So keep that in mind. If you guys are ever unsure of something crazy going on in the field, ask for the paperwork. There's tags, there's role play cards, there's mission cards, all kinds of paperwork for every single player to figure out what's going on, okay? So, we don't have a lot of time till game on. We are going to start directly on time at 10:30. So that's going to give us about 23 minutes from right now to air up, and get chronoed, and get out there, okay? You must chrono every section of the game. So you have not chronoed yet, get over to the chrono. We're going to open that back up right now. So if you guys make your walk over there, you might even get in front of the line.
Hey guys, that was the audience, everything going on. So be ready to see a video, and maybe a few days after the event. So see you guys later.